Welcome to the Trading with Venus podcast, where we help you establish strong trading habits, generate consistent profits, and create the lifestyle you desire for yourself and your family. Now your host, Raman Gill.
Welcome to another episode of the Trading with Venus podcast. This is your host, Raman. Today we'll talk about an interesting topic that is related to trading, but more importantly, it's related to our life. And that is how to maintain happy relationships and not let the stress get to your relationship. And one of the relationships that we need to discuss here is our partners. So most of our relationships, of course, we're going to have with our families, with our partners, our kids. So how do you go about maintaining a healthy relationship while you're trading, while you're going through all the stresses of trading, the ups and downs? How do you maintain this relationship? First, most important thing that I would recommend is when you are trading, make sure you start off with a separate account. Put the money aside, know how much money you need to be able to produce the ROI on it that you want, the return that you want on that, and start accumulating it. So before you even open your account, don't try to have a small account, $200 account, and you're trying to make a monthly salary out of that. That's not going to work. So know how much you need to set aside, then come up with that amount. So whether you are saving that amount or whether you take on an extra project, you take on an extra side job, or whatever you need to do to come up with that amount of money that you're going to use to trade. Because that money will then free up the stress. So if you're not pulling it from your credit card, line of credit, that way there's no extra stress. So when I first started trading full-time, I put some money aside. I saved $25,000, and that was going to be my money that I was going to trade. So I was not pulling the money out of our family budget in order to do this. This was the money that I had saved, I had put aside, and I had earmarked it specifically for this project. So when I go into it, whether I lose that money or make money from it, there is no stress that I'm bringing into the relationship. So that's the first point. Make sure you set the money aside. Second thing is don't bring the stress into the relationship. So when you have losses, there will be times when we'll go through drawdowns, we'll have losses in our trades, our trading won't be as good, the market conditions may not be as good. We don't need to bring all of those stresses into our family, into our relationship. So you don't need to give a play-by-play of each trade that you take, and you don't need to get influenced by each trade that you take. And again, I do tend to take things a little bit more personally than I should. So this is a lesson that I am applying to myself as well, and this is something that I have been working on as well. When you have losses in our trading, or when the trades don't go our way, we don't need to then come and discuss that with our partners every single time. There's a time to discuss that, but not every single day, every single trade, because then you're bringing them into your trading journey, and they may not truly understand what you're going through. They may not understand what the market is like. They may not understand what this whole trading is about. And most people think trading is losing money, so you don't want to create that mindset for them or have their beliefs impact your own trading. You know what you're doing. You have a game plan, so just stay true to your game plan. The third thing that I found to be very useful when managing relationship and trading is to actually commit to how much money you're going to bring in every month. So you don't need to push things, you don't need to force things, but look at what your trade size is and what can you comfortably take out of that trading account, and then reward yourself by taking that money out. Don't just leave the money into the account. So this way you're proving to yourself that you can make money trading, and you're proving to your loved ones that you can make money trading. So this will show, even if it's small amount of money, even if it's $200 every month or $100 every month, it just shows that you're able to bring that money in, and over time that will improve your self-confidence as well as the confidence of your partner, knowing that it's not always you're putting money into your trading account and you're losing money, putting money into the trading account and you're losing it. This way you're actually positive you're bringing money out. But don't overcommit either. So that's something we have to be mindful of. If we overcommit, then we are pushing ourselves too hard. And in pushing ourselves too hard, we can make mistakes, and generally we tend to make mistakes. So very important to actually make a commitment as to how much you will bring in, and then strive towards that goal, and remember not to overcommit. Last thing is, set the time aside for your family. A lot of times we are trading, we are so much into it, we're passionate about it, and we tend to let trading overtake our life. The purpose of our life is not trading, and that's not what we're living for. There are other things in life that are more important than whether we are in a trade or not. So remember that family is always more important, because we do need to be surrounded by loved ones, and more support we have in our life, the better our trading will be. And in order to create that support and keep that support in our lives, we need to nurture those relationships. And how do we do that? Basically, don't be trading when you're spending time with your family. The time with the family is just set aside for that, time with the family. So if you are playing, you're taking kids to the playground and you're still on your phone, that doesn't quite cut it. So when you're with your family, be with your family. Forget about trading, do it different time, but just commit to actually spending that family time. And that will then help nurture you as well. Not only will you have better relationship, you will fill your cup as well. And we know trading at times can be draining. This way you take the time off, you reset your dial, you fill your cup, and you will be more positive, so that when you come back to trading, you're coming back with a different perspective, as well as your family will be happy that you're actually making time for them. So those are a few tips from me, having done this over a period of time and having gone through all the ups and downs that are related to trading, and having faced all kinds of challenges and having gone through all of that. So this is what I would recommend if you want to have healthy relationships, loving, nurturing relationships, and you want to be a successful trader. Those are my tips. Hope you enjoyed this show. For show notes for this episode, please visit tradingwithvenus.com episodes page. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today. With much gratitude, your show host, Raman Gill.